third day, beautiful weather and intriguing action in prospect. No doubt about the hero for Yorkshire on the second day. It was the in-form Alex Lees. The young opener completed a fine century. So, how does he see the third day going, as he reflects also on what was an excellent innings?
Certainly, I think it was important that we had a good start, and me and Will started off 60-odd partnership, which put us in a decent position, and then Pujara himself, he got some valuable runs. I think it's an important period, this first hour, particularly with the second new ball. Gailey and Jack have got some hard work to do, and I think, like I said, if we bat well this first hour, we'll be in a good position in the game.
Well, Jack Leaning scored the first 2 runs of the day, edging Mulaney into the offside field. He then produced a fluent cover drive, which brought in 3 more runs. He was playing really well, but skipper Andrew Gale did not add to his overnight score of 13, caught in the slips by Vessels off Gurney, Yorkshire 235 for 4. Leaning got a 4 off the edge down to fine leg. His next boundary, a full-blooded and well-executed pull shot off Gurney. He continued to strike the ball well, all the runs in the first hour coming from him. Para, the new man, got off the mark with 2 runs through mid-wicket. He then drove Gurney for a straight 4. At this stage, by the way, Yorkshire 257 for 4. Jake Ball came into the attack and Leaning greeted him with a fine hook shot to the square leg boundary. The young batsman from York continuing to play really well. He ran Gidman down to third man for a 4, and Para was also getting into the groove, and the 50 partnership came up between the pair. Then completing an all-run 4 to leave Jack close to his half-century, and he duly completed that objective with 6 fours. Rich Para guiding Gidman through the slips along the 4 as Yorkshire continued to impress, and the pair continued to push on sensibly and steadily towards lunch. Leaning cracked spinner Patel for a straight 4 to go to 60, and a further boundary just before the interval for Leaning took the partnership to 84 at that stage. At lunch, Yorkshire had a good morning, 322 for 4, 111 overs, Leaning unbeaten on 65, and Para with him on 29. Jack Leaning opened up with a 4 after lunch, and his partner Para survived an LBW appeal as Philander wrapped him on the pads. Soon into the afternoon, the deficit was below the 100, and Leaning brought up the 100 partnership with a straight 6 off Patel. Para then advanced down the track to hit Patel over the top for 4, but soon afterwards he holed out to Mulaney off Philander for 37 to end a splendid partnership of 110 runs. Yorkshire at this stage 346 for 5. New batsman Andrew Hodd has been in great form of late. He brought up the 350 with a 4, but Philander removed him as he played on for just 6. Bresnham arrived and immediately hit 2 boundaries. Leaning moved to 89 and then pulled a short ball from Mulaney away for 4 to enter the nervous 90s. He then cut another ball to the ropes to be in sight of a maiden championship century. Leaning went to 99, but then Bresnham took the limelight with a well-crafted drive to the boundary. He followed it up with another blistering shot off ball. With an offside single, the big moment arrived for young Jack Leaning. His first 100 in the first-class game. 11 fours in the 6th for 156 balls. Bresnham continued to do a sterling job with the bat, scoring quickly, following on from his impressive innings at Worcester. Leaning survived a caught behind appeal, the umpire adamant, despite not celebrations. Bresnham was going as well, and then the bright innings came to an end, as he was caught by Mulaney in the slips of Patel for 34. Newman Patterson got off the mark straight away, easing away Gidman for 2, and at 427, Leaning's wonderful knock came to an end. Reid provided a fine bit of work to stump him off Patel, 116 for the young batsman. Brooks joined Patterson, and the 2 established a first innings lead. Small at the moment, Yorkshire 454 for 8 at tea then. Brooks is 5, Patterson 5, and that lead just 6. Straight after tea, Notts grabbed the 9th wicket. Brooks was caught by Gidman off Gurney for 5, and the score now 438 for 9. Matt Fisher, the last man, did not have long at the crease before he was LBW for naught. Yorkshire all out for 441, Spinner Patel 4 for 102, but a Yorkshire lead of 13 runs. Mullaney and Brendan Taylor soon knocked off the deficit, and they scored quickly at the start of the second innings. Matthew Fisher was soon into the action after Bresnan and Brooks had opened up. He was hit to the boundary by Brendan Taylor, who lifted a delivery over the field. Yorkshire, though, kept probing away, searching for a first wicket. Mullaney steered Patterson down to third man for 2 runs to take the score to 43 without loss. He went aerial past the field on the leg side again off Patterson for 2 further runs, a rather chancy shot. Then the breakthrough. Young Fisher playing the LBW for 20 and knocked 46 for 1. Drama a few minutes later. Leaning, who'd had a marvellous day with his 116, dropped Hales off Fisher in the slips with the Nottsman on naught. Remember, he got 236 in the first dig. But the drop was not costly, as Bresnan moved a ball away from him and he nicked behind to Hod, out for 2, Notts 52 for 2. Further good news for Yorkshire as Jack Brooks produced a superb delivery to clean bowl Brendan Taylor for 32. Notts 3 wickets down for 58. All happening now, and for the first time in the match, Yorkshire on top. James Taylor drove Bresnan for 3 runs as Notts tried to negotiate a difficult session. And it has been difficult for them. At the close, Notts 74 for the loss of those 3 wickets. It's a lead of 61. James Taylor is 7, and Gidman is 7. And for Yorkshire, everything.